Hey everyone, Dave here. Welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we are concluding our faction wars journey. We're talking about the last faction that we didn't talk about yet, which is Ogryn tribes. So Ogryn tribes is the last one except for Sylvan Watchers that's not released yet. If you're watching this video in the future, we've covered all the other 14 factions. So I'll give you a chance of trying. You have at least 4 weeks to give it a couple of tries per faction, well, 3 or 4, till they open Sylvan Watchers beginning of July. So as always, we'll go through the faction, we'll go through the index, check who are the best champs to use in this faction, and then I'll show you the recording of my budget team, and finally we will check the champ builds. Okay, let's get into it. This faction is okayish. It's mid-tier, I would say, from whether it's hard or difficult. Let's go through the Legos first. So Bigun, really a hard hitter, and you can use him also for control because he got stuns on his A2. One of actually the good hard hitters in the game. So if you have Bigun, you can just max him out and use him there. War Mother with the bombs, and she does really good damage there. She's a bit underrated. You can use her as 50 because of the bombs, but yeah, she's usable if you don't have anyone else. Ignatius, one of the better champs that's not talking about much because he's got power crept a bit. So first of all, he's defense based, so he's pretty tanky. He got an irresistible HP burn, and he hits with those two AoEs, he hits really hard. So if you build Ignatius for damage or for the HP burns, either way, he's defense based, he's tanky. Definitely use him if you have him. Group Talk is a good debuffer. He got that weird mechanic. He poisons his own team to increase the damage they are putting out. He's a bit niche. And he puts this block buffs. You can use them as 50 with accuracy. Can help you with the Valk waves. I don't remember if there's Valk waves or not. Let's check the recording after this. But if you're struggling with the Valk waves, with enough accuracy, can help you with the block buffs. Gerda is sort of like a guaranteed battle because she cleanses the team, puts poisons out. Just build her tanky and fast with enough accuracy, and she will keep cleansing the team, poisoning the enemy team. Gerda you receive as a daily login champ. I don't remember when, but definitely over a year into the game. So hopefully you would have done that before you get Gerda. Kurogar is one of the newer champs. Is he defense based? He is HP based, and I remember that his kit is okayish. Filling turn meter, and then he has a life protect. You can use him for support. He looks good. I've never played him, of course. Shamrock is good because Shamrock puts decreased speed on the enemy. This is good because Revive on Death is your pseudo reviver. If you don't have revivers to go through faction wars, you can definitely use Shamrock, and he's good with Hydra as well. Nubraid's got a couple of good videos on him. Drogol is he's an okay support for the team, I would say. He's a bit underrated, but his kit is okay. He's HP based. He puts a life protect, and puts a shield on the team. So yeah, if you have Drogol and you need support, he can be your support. Gorgo is great. He hits hard. He puts freezes on all, strips all the buffs, so he can help with the Valk waves if they are there. And CCs the whole enemy team. So Gorgo is good. Grazor is like Krisk version 2, so provokes, support, provokes, enemy max HP hit. He's everything. He's one of the best Void champs in the game. So if you have Grazor, of course, he's in. Okay, let's get into the Apex and the more realistic options there. Grimskin, no, I don't like him. Ugu, this heal is really big. She puts block buffs, so she can also help you with Valk waves and decrease defense on the enemy team. Basically, Ugu can be your support. I don't rely that much on her revive because she got that weird mechanic. Everyone else must be dead and she must be the last one standing. It might not work in time, but she's great. She's perfect for Hydra. People even max 2 or 3 Ugos for Hydra late game. So if you have one, she can be your support for the faction. Cloud Beast Feeder is increased speed on the whole team, shield. So yeah, he's good support. You can use him as 52, fast and tanky. Siege Hulk can do some damage, but he's squishy. Lorne, think he can. This guy can put out some damage. I remember seeing a video for this, but he's not top option for me. Skull Crusher is one of 3 counter-attack champs in the whole game, and the only non-void, well, the only epic, because the 2 others are Vulcan Martyr. Yeah, they stopped releasing them, so he puts a life protection. He can be really solid support for the team. If you have a Skull Crusher built for Clan Boss, yeah, definitely you're using him here as well. Shutter Bones, he hits hard and he puts decreased speed on the enemy team. Can be used. Grunge heals some bombs. He's okay if you have to use him. Seas. No, it wasn't Lorne. It was Seas that I've seen doing a lot of damage on enemy teams. I think it was a video from Saf from HH Gaming. Grukas. Again, okay. No, like not top tier for me. Galcut, he also puts booms, but yeah, you can use them just for damage if you have to. Cage Breaker, 4 times at random. He can be your sort of CC, but no, there's better option there. Occult Brower is excellent for the boss. So he puts poisons all day long with his passive. That A2 hits very hard and it has block revive on it. And he puts poisons also in his A1. He's one of the better poisoners for clan boss if you need one. If you need one for affinities for a budget unkillable team or whatever. So he's really good and he hits hard. If you have him built for your clan boss team, then use him. If not, he's not that useful elsewhere, so maybe you won't max him for this. Grush is really underrated. Grush is a tank. He's defense based. He puts leech, so he's helping the whole team heal. That hit hits hard. He puts continuous heals on everyone. He's very tanky and he hits hard. And all of us will get him as a daily login reward. So if you have Grush and you haven't beaten Ogryn tribes yet, put him in the team. You won't regret it. You might even use him elsewhere in Spirit Epic, Doom Tower Hard, Secret Room. I think this guy is good if I remember correctly. Was Gar. Restores destroyed max HP. Okay, not useful here. So he puts reflect damage. He can help you also with Fire Knight, but it's a good supportive skills. Counter attack on this champ, is it? Yep. And attack one enemy 4 times. So he's good for Fire Knight, but not specifically for here. Okay, let's go into the good stuff. Man Eater. If you have one Man Eater and you build him fast for clan boss, you can use him. He can put unkillable at the right time, protecting the whole team. Like if you have Man Eater and Ugu, you're good to go. You'll alternate between Ugu's heals and his unkillable, and the team will remain healthy. Man Eater also hits very hard and fully depletes target's turn meter with that A2. So that will help you also with the boss. So, and if you have 2 Man Eaters for a double Man Eater team, yeah, your job is done. Towering Titan hits hard, but nothing much there. Skrank is good. Skrank puts out HP burns and a lot of damage. So if you have Skrank built, he will help you there. Eurogrim heals, poisons, mini battle. Yeah, he's good also. He will help you. Probably if you have one of the Void Epics, except for Prondar and Towering Titan, you have like basically Man Eater, Skrank, or Eurogrim. You'll have them built already, and they will definitely help you. Let's go into the rares because this is one of the few factions that will actually talk about good rares in it. So, of course, the good ones are both void rares, but they are rares, so you might be getting them anyways. Bellower, if you build Bellower as your campaign farmer, you can use him in the same build, but how I prefer my Bellower, fast and stun set. That's how I used him in fact my Faction Wars team, and he's very effective. Even ignore or lock his A2 and A3. His bread and butter is really that A1. Fast and a stun set with enough accuracy. He'll block active skills. Of course, it's not 100%, but he got a chance to block active skills and stun everyone. If he's fast enough, he will be your CC. Gear Grinder, he got a single man revive here on a 5 turn cooldown, too long, and heals all allies on a 3 turn cooldown. He can be your mini support if you need some additional support here. You can use him tanky at 50. For example, if you don't have Ugo and you have a man eater and you want to keep everyone alive, yeah, so he's there. So those two rares are good. That's it for the index. So a different shirt, I had to continue recording this on a different day. Now let's check the recording and continue talking about Ogryn tribes. So checking stage 19 and 20 as we always do for any special waves. And that's not my budget team. I think I'll make changes to it. So we have double Valks in stage 19. That's not that big of a deal, especially if you have Ugu. Ugu is great there, not only for the heals, but that block buffs is just like a Valk killer for those waves. So nothing much there. Let's go to stage 20 and check it out. And I think that's the Thalia's waves. Yeah, those are the nasty Thalia's waves that keep healing each other forever. So, how we tackle those, I've said it a couple of times. Just keep controlling them and focus on one by one to kill them before they keep healing each other. Bellower is great here. Just focus Bellower in a stun set fast on doing his A1 because A1 is also a lockdown of skills, so he will keep stunning, locking down, or both, helping you with that. Now I'm switching to my budget team, and let's see how budget I can make it happen. I think I went with a Skull Crusher here, but it took me a sec to decide. Okay, so that's my budget team. Let's me talk about it for a sec. Bellower is a void, but he's a rare, and he's absolutely, I wouldn't say essential, but he's extremely useful in this faction and elsewhere. Fast and a stun set, he will help you greatly. Ugo is the only support on this team. Skull Crusher can be anyone, but of course, the counter attacks and ally protects are helping us massively here. Grush is underrated, as I was talking about him from the index, and then Brawler is just a damage dealer in our case here. So let's see how we did that. So between, yeah, like doing damage and controlling them, you see here I didn't land any stuns. That's a situation where you might need a couple of tries to get it done. But yeah. So you see here I'm getting some stuns out, help me with the control, and I just try tackling them one by one. That's how it is. You see here I got a stun on one of them. It's helping. Let's focus on one of the ones that are awake. The locks from Bellower are really helping there. Okay. Got it done. Takes me some time, but I go through them. Once one of them is down, whether Senathel or Cistalia, it's easier to start focusing on the second, third, and so on. You see here it's taking me some time with a budget team because the only control I have is Bellower, but still he can do it. Also, the combination between Bellower in the lead and counter attack is really massive here if you have a Skull Crusher, because when they attack Bellower, he will hit back with his A1, causing them to lock down or get stunned from the stun set. So that's it. Let's move to stage 21. I got through the Stalias here. Let's now see how we can handle the boss. So nothing special about wave 1 of stage 21, just damage, keeps them healed, using Grush continuous heals and Ugus heal. And as you can see, let me go back a bit. Grush does hit hard. Like that hit for 20k. I don't even think he has proper gear there. Second wave, if you have Ugu, you don't have to worry about Paragon's unkillable on himself. But if you don't have Ugu or Bellower, because Bellower's lockdown will also help there to prevent Paragon from just keeping himself unkillable all the time, just try to kill him first before he puts unkillable on himself. You see here I'm focusing on him. And this run I've done on manual because I just wanted to get it done. I didn't want to leave it on auto forever. Okay, so A1ing, just killing that last one till I get to the boss. Okay, let's figure out which type of boss this one is. So poisons on A1, not much there. This is the fear on A2, is it? Yeah, so this is a true fear boss. So if you're Ugu, because Ugu cleanses with her A3, got 200 resistance or a bit more, she will help you cleanse those fears. Otherwise, you see here, you'll lose turns and you'll have to try a couple of times till you get a good run with those fears. You see here, Grush is hitting really hard. Uh, Bellower is squishy because his only purpose is fast and a stun set. But between the heals, a Lie Protect from Skull Crusher, heals from Ugo, and continuous heals from Grush, and the Leech that Grush puts on enemies, that will keep him relatively healthy there. But you see, he's the lowest on health, especially that he's in the lead, so he's taking the hits from the boss, which is not always bad because, again, in counter attack, he will hit back and stun the minions. This boss does not revive the minions, so you can kill them first, like I'm doing here, and just focus on the boss. So, in spite of this team, it's budget, but the gear is good. But in spite of this team not being OP, killing the boss fast enough, you see here that my health is not going down. Even with the squishier champs like Occult Brawler and Bellower, that's because, like I said, Ally Protect is a major factor, Ugu heals and continuous heals from Grush are a major factor there. Let me go back to one of the basics I told in the very first video we talked about faction wars. If you don't have solid support like a reviver or a strong healer cleanser in this faction, you might not have Ugo after all. Then you have to put everyone in lifesteal, everyone doing damage, except Bellower, of course, for example. Like Bellower, you'll struggle with him because if he's fast in a stun set and you need him to be, he's very squishy. So he might fall if you don't have any heals. But you will have heals because Grush is a guaranteed login champs. You will at least have Grush. But you might need to do a couple of tries till you get that lucky one, which is totally fine. So you see here that leech on the boss, we hit him, we heal ourselves, and yeah, it's completely fine. The boss is down, no issues there. Okay, that's it for the recording. Let me now go back to the game and let's check some builds. So, first one on the team we have is Ugu. Let's see if my Ugu's out of the vault. Well, this is my Skull Crusher. So he's in random gear, but he's missing also his banner, but I guess he's tanky. Well, actually, he's not that tanky. That's a very fair build. Actually, you can build one much better than this, which is great. So he doesn't need accuracy. I'm not sure why he has accuracy. Probably it's by mistake or resistance. I don't care about resistance for this purpose. He's super slow, but you see he also worked. 40k HP is not difficult. You can get there. 3k defense is also good. Try to get him to, because of the Ally Protect, actually try to get him to 50k HP, 3k defense, and 180 speed is more than enough. You don't want him to go too fast because he puts unkillable on himself for one turn, so that's helping a bit too. So just 50k HP, 3k defense, 180 speed. That's it. If you can have these stats in life steal, it's good because he will heal a little bit when he hits back. My Ugu, probably it's a bit of an overkill for faction wars because she's built for Hydra. and I'm trying to get up to Nightmare now. So 80k HP, I would say 50. 50, 60k is okay. 2.8k defense is not difficult at all. You can have this. 250 speed, maybe try to have her at 200 so she can cycle back to those heals quick. Resistance, I have it 300. You just need, let's say, 200 and more for a good chance to miss those fears. And then you definitely want accuracy on her. She's a bit of a difficult champ to build because you need accuracy, resistance, and health and defense and speed. But 220 accuracy should be okay with her. So let me repeat what you need for this: 50k HP, 3k defense if you can have it, 200 speed, 220 resistance and accuracy, and you should be okay. And of course, I'm not showing mastery, but they are typical like support ones, increasing the heals and trying to get her back to her buffs and debuffs, heals and debuffs fast enough. So those are two down. I guess the other ones are in the vault. Let me check. So Occult Brawler, let's get him out. So that's the third one. And we need Grush. And who else did we have on the team? Oh, Bellower. Okay. My Bellower might be out already. So he's not. Okay, here he is. So let's check Grush. And again, Grush is very underrated. Yeah, you're trying to increase the duration of his heals and get him back to it. And then just War Master to help with the boss, because I did use him for a while on Clan Boss. You see he's tanky in a life steal set, but let's see. 40k HP, his defense based. The more defense you give him, the tankier he is and the harder he hits. So 4k defense, 3k if you cannot have it. He's super slow. Maybe try to get him to 180, 190. If you give him 100 crit and crit damage, he hits hard. If not, that's fine. Accuracy. Oh, yeah. You do want accuracy on him for that leech. That leech can get you back a lot of health. So accuracy, forget about resistance. Resistance is not important. So 40k HP, 3k defense, 180, 190 speed, 220 accuracy. And then if you give him some crit rate and crit damage, in life steal optimi, that would be good. My Bellower is just fast in a stun set. Leftover gear. Okay, so you see here, this is leftover gear because I'm not using him that much anyway. You want him at 200 speed. So you want him at 200 speed, 220 accuracy, and that's it in a stun set. We don't care about anything else. If you can give him those stats, the priorities: 200 speed, 220 accuracy, 35k HP, and 2.5k defense, so he can like so he wouldn't be so squishy, then that's fine. But you see here, that's leftover gear and the run went completely fine. Masteries wise, I don't want him to do damage. I want to increase the opportunity for his stuns. So that was the Ogryn tribe builds. No thank you, we don't want the lightning offer. And we did it. We went through all factions. That was the last one. In the description of all of my faction war videos, you'll see the list, the links for all the other factions. I'll also have it as, I do have it as a permanent playlist on the channel. And that was the last one when Silver, try to get it done in the next 4 weeks before Sylvan Watchers opens up. If you didn't get it, don't sweat it. We'll figure out how to do Sylvan Watchers and probably release its video later on. But that was the last video in our Faction War series. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.